ನನ್ನ ನಾಯಿಗೆ 14 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಕಣ್ ಕಾಣೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ಗೇನು ಆ ನಾಯಿ ಬೇಡ, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶೆಲ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಬಂದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮರಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಈ ನಾಯಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಅ ಬಾರ್ಟರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್?
When others look away, she steps in, bringing in hope and dignity for the animals that the society has forgotten. I'm Zoya from Nette Institute of Communication, and it's an honor to speak with Suma Nayak, one of Mangalore's foremost voices of animal welfare. For over 20 years, she has rescued and rehabilitated abandoned and injured animals to the Animal Care Trust, which now cares for over 350 animals every month. She's truly a living example of kindness in action. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you, sir.
I'd like to begin by asking, what are some most common animals that need to be rescued and what are the issues that they face?
Well, Animal Care Trust, we mainly focus on community animals.
Okay.
So the animals that we constantly rescue or that need rescuing are community dogs, puppies, cats, kittens, birds,
Okay.
and cattle,
Okay.
and sometimes urban wildlife. So urban wildlife, when we're referring, is mainly kites. Then we have palm civets and also snakes.
Okay.
Okay. So urban wildlife is handled by the forest department and a separate wing of the wildlife section. Okay. We mainly concentrate at Animal Care Trust as rescuers. We mainly concentrate on community animals
Okay.
that are dogs, cats, and cattle, which meet with road accidents.
Oh, okay.
And they are they are in need of our help
Yes.
because they are suffering, they are in pain, and they are injured or deceased.
Okay. So, what are the most common problems that they come with apart from road accidents?
Apart from road accidents, we find that we have to rescue animals that are bottle fed, that is, abandoned puppies or kittens from homes who don't have mothers. So the mother is in somebody's house and they abandon their young ones in a irresponsible manner. And these little ones are either maggot infected, not open their eyes, drenched in the rain, picked up in plastic covers by our team, and they will bring them to the shelter and they have to be nurtured. Another case is about abandoned pets. That is, you get breeds. Like today itself, here I brought a beagle and a dachshund. They are rescued by our organization in pathetic conditions on the roads, thrown away from somebody's house, and they're found on the roads with diseases. Then we rehabilitate them, treat them, and then try for rehoming.
Okay.
So these are the another category of animals that we constantly rescue.
Okay. Um, so, what do you think? How do you think this abandonment affects these pets emotionally? And do you think they will be able to make it through the rough streets after being taken care at home?
See, what we need to understand is a pet or any animal is not an object.
Yes.
It is a being with lot of feelings. I would rather say it is a being with much more feelings that we human beings have. Okay, for example, a dog is a community companion animal, constantly seeking solace with its human companion
Yes.
or its own kind. So when its own owner abandons him for the simple reason that the animal is old, disabled, or he's unwanted, it causes emotional damage to that animal. That we have to understand. So when we found Bigu or Dashu, it was in bad condition, skin and bones, traumatized by other stray animals, and on the road without food. Okay, so these animals require constant care.
Yes.
More than food, they require emotional understanding and emotional reassurance that yes, you will be safe with us.
Yes.
I think emotionally, most animals, especially pets, when abandoned, undergo a lot of trauma. I've had cases in our shelter. They have had suicidal tendencies.
Oh.
That they stop eating. They cry for their owner, weep for their owner, and they die. Refusing food because all blood tests, everything is normal, but the animal is not eating. That animal is not responding. The animal is not lifting its head.
Oh.
And it is more traumatizing for us to see that. Then we have to spend time, reassure them that yes, everything will be fine. We are with you. We are with you. And then try to bring them back to health,
Okay.
mental health. Physical health, okay, that
Yes.
somehow we can manage. But mental health, people don't understand that they undergo depression the same way we do.
Yes, correct.
So this is the sad part of animal welfare, that we animal lovers have to face all these situations because of irresponsible, horrible, cruel people.
That's really disheartening.
Even with cats, you may think some people say cats love the home, not the thing. I really don't understand this, because see, you look after a cat just like a family member, take care of it. And one fine day, I'm shifting, I'm moving abroad, I'm moving to an apartment, and I don't want my cat. So I just leave her there. Now, how does it really make any sense? Are you doing the right thing for a pet by abandoning it? That's the worst thing that you can do.
What are your views on people abandoning their pets that they once considered companions due to illness, injury, or disability?
I think is the most cruel thing that you can do is abandoning your pet. For the simple reason that a pet, when adopted, is a family member for life.
Yes.
From the very childhood to its lifelong, and also till its death. So it is the responsibility of the pet owner. So the pet is used to a family, used to your touch, used to its own bed, its bowl, whatever it is.
Yes.
Leaving it on the streets to die a miserable death is the worst form of cruelty a person can do. For example, today you saw a beagle that we had bought for a petting counter and a dachshund. We found them on the streets, skin and bones, okay, with sores. And the dachshund still has skin infection. Okay, they have to fight aside, along with the stray dogs. They can't fend for themselves. And the beagle, during this abandonment period, was even hit by a vehicle. So we found her with a hind leg fracture. So then we had to reassure her that everything will be fine and you will be taken care of. And we are very worried about putting her again for adoption because we don't know what type of family she is going to get.
Yes.
And the worst form is when people abandon, the pets undergo severe depression.
Yes.
For days together, they don't lift their head, they don't eat. We try various types of food, like, we try with, pedigree, jelly, meat, kebab, fish. We don't know what's happening. So they are totally disoriented. So, more than the food or the environment, they need somebody to be with them. And that is where the entire institution works towards bringing the animal back to shape. This can be definitely be avoided if people take up responsibility for their own animals.
Yes. Have you ever faced something like this? But it's irreversible. Like, have you tried being there for the pet emotionally, and the pet has still not responded for months?
Yes, that is why I have a very, very bad feeling and a bad taste in my mouth when I interact with people when they say, in Kannada, I will tell you that, ನನ್ನ ನಾಯಿಗೆ 14 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಕಣ್ ಕಾಣೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನು ಆ ನಾಯಿ ಬೇಡ, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶೆಲ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಬಂದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮರಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಈ ನಾಯಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ. Is it a barter system? And I lose my cool when that such things happen. For the simple reason that dog has looked after your house, been with you for all its life, and when the dog needs you the most, when he's blind, not able to eat solid food, you're going to put him into a shelter with 100 odd animals. It is so, so cruel. The thought itself is cruel. So then I have to, really mellow down and then try to counsel them, educate them why it should not be done. Because if I refuse, they may even just go and abandon it in somewhere.
Correct.
Okay. I had a case wherein a Doberman, 12-year-old roughly, I know who the owners are, and they just refused to keep him longer in his house.
Okay.
And from the day he entered the shelter, he didn't eat.
Oh.
He didn't eat. 2 weeks later, he passed away. Okay? Without food. We tried our level best. No amount of, spending time, no amount of giving the love could revive it back. That was the stepping stone for me for this, for the years to come, that these animals definitely need special care. So whenever volunteers come in, they ask me, ma'am, what do we do? I said, just spend time with the animals at the shelter. They just need to sit, just take a stool, sit in the ward, and just talk to them. Let them smell you, let them stroke them, just be with them. Spend quality time with them. Okay. And another case that I still remember is of a husky. You know a husky, right? Siberian husky. We found him in a terrible condition with sores all over his body. He had severe skin infection, skin and bones once again on Moodbidre Highway.
Okay.
Our volunteers rescued him, brought him to the shelter. He bounced back to health, very bubbly nature, bounced back to health, started, huskies are very vocal, they love to speak. They, beautiful personality. Unfortunately, shelter conditions are not, good for a husky. Again, health deterioration, tried to bring him back, but we couldn't save him. That's the sad part. All these animals are constantly looking for reassurance. And you pet owners, if you're buying in breeds, huskies, Saint Bernards, Labradors, all sort of breeds, be responsible. Be responsible. Even if you adopt a desi dog, there is no difference between a breed or a desi dog. A dog is full of love and seeking, compassion and giving compassion. So please be a responsible pet owner.
Yes. I'm not a pet owner, and I've heard this term called euthanizing. So, could you explain what exactly is euthanizing and how and when is it done and why is it done?
Okay. Euthanasia, or is in simple words, putting an animal to sleep
Okay.
in the context of an animal.
Okay.
Okay. Euthanasia, in India, euthanasia is not allowed in human beings.
Okay.
But in animals, because they cannot speak for themselves, there is a policy of euthanasia, but it has to be strictly recommended only by a veterinary surgeon or a doctor.
Okay.
So you cannot just go and tell, put my dog to sleep, put my cat to sleep, or even the local bodies cannot say, put stray dogs to sleep. No, that is not the law.
Okay.
So euthanasia is extreme case of suffering when an animal does not have a productive life, and cannot bounce back to health and cannot decide for itself. Then the pet parent and the veterinary doctor together discuss and take a decision if the animal has to be put to sleep in a very pain-free, peaceful manner.
Okay. Have there been incidents when like people have done it without the consent of the doctor? Do people have access to it?
No, people will not have access to the medication
Okay.
for for euthanasia, but there may have been instances where they have used other methods
Okay.
than going to a vet, which again would be really, really cruel and painful.
Okay.
Yeah. And my take on euthanasia, you had asked me,
Yes.
is that ours is a no-kill shelter.
Yes.
That we don't put our healthy animals to sleep. Definitely not. It is against the law, ethically, morally, and legally,
Yes.
an offense. And yes, if there are cases, our doctors suggest euthanasia. For example, a rabid dog,
Okay.
okay, a rabid cat, or a animal which cannot be revived back and is in a comatic condition. Yes, we have to take a decision in the welfare of the animal. Only then euthanasia should and will be practiced.
All right. What is your opinion on the Supreme Court's ruling on the dogs, on the street dogs in Delhi?
Well, got a shock on August 11th after reading the order. Thankfully, on August 22nd, the order has been stayed and rectified. Well, the Supreme Court, in its legal expertise, has passed a very balanced ruling. One is, first of all the local bodies all over India have to compulsory do the animal birth control program for the community dogs.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just focusing on community dogs because the ruling says so.
Yes.
But I would say this ruling has to be applied for community cats also.
Okay.
Because today is the dogs,
Yes.
tomorrow it will be the cats.
Correct.
Okay. So as the city grows, the space of all these animals are eaten up by humans.
Yes.
So where do these dogs go? So the local body has to have animal birth control centers, which India doesn't have in many. Even in our own city, it's only our center. So we have to have 3 more centers in our own city. Just imagine in Delhi, what is the need? So you have to at least have for every, maybe NCR, you have to have at least 10 to 15 centers with the target of certain number of animals being sterilized every single day.
Okay. That makes
What is sterilization? Family planning operation. For female dogs, you are taking out the uterus and the ovaries. For the male dogs, you are taking the testicles. Okay? So what happens is the reproduction cycle comes to an end. Second, pack mentality of dogs running in packs comes to a standstill. They don't run in packs. Rabies, spread of rabies during this pack mentality does not take place. So every dog that is sterilized, the ear is notched in a V shape, and that dog is sterilized and vaccinated and left back in the same locality it is picked up from. That is very important.
yes.
You should not relocate a dog from its locality because dogs are local chowkidars of your community.
Correct.
Born and brought up, will not allow a feral dog coming into your area. So Supreme Court has stated that every ULB has to do ABC program. Second, the ULBs have to have sufficient ABC centers. Third, very important is designated feeding areas for feeders.
Okay.
So as you know, in our society, we have people who feed animals.
Correct.
So there's a conflict between don't feed here, don't feed there, don't feed now, don't feed biscuits.
Correct, correct, correct.
So when the SC says that you have to have designated feeding areas, the ULB or the urban local body has to make in every ward designated feeding areas.
Okay.
That has to be implemented.
Okay.
Third, the Supreme Court says you have to have monitoring committees to monitor the entire program. So this has to be done. And if done systematically, half our problems are solved. And I would like to add on, you have to have pet, dog, and cat sterilization compulsory. We, as an NGO working with stray animals, we are covering all our strays. Our city, more than 47% has been sterilized. But none of our pet dogs are being sterilized. And they are the main reason our stray population is increasing because pet dogs, when they litter, the owner goes and abandons these young ones in the markets, contributing to the stray dog population. The owners are responsible. Our strays are not responsible. Pet dogs are contributing to the stray population in our city. So, all pet dogs and cats have to be compulsorily sterilized, and this rule and law has to be passed by our government.
I agree. I agree. Okay, coming to the conclusion of this interview, I have the last two questions for you, and it is one of my most awaited questions also. Yes. So, what's the most memorable animal rescue that you've experienced?
In my journey of 35 years working with animals, I think every rescue comes with its own challenge and heartbreaks. Okay. So, for me, one of the most challenging rescue was about our tar baby. So we got a call a couple of years back. A dog had fallen in bitumen, tar. Okay. So when the dog was brought, actually it was a 5-month-old puppy, brought, I could only see two eyes moving in a black color cloth and it was stuck to the goni, that is that plastic goni. So they just lifted that underneath thing and they brought like a ball or a mashed up piece of tar. And like, what is this? And he saw two eyes. Oh my God, the dog is still alive. Then we got our volunteers together. All of them took time, in batches. He started rubbing vegetable oil onto the tar. Okay. And started removing the tar. And underneath was a dog. And as this process took place, it took for us nearly half day. We had to do it break because the animal is also getting tired, rehydrated, take care of it. And then finally we removed all the tar. And fortunately, the animal survived. So
amazing.
this was a challenging rescue, and you can find it on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
It's called our tar baby or a tar pup rescue.
That's amazing. Okay. What is one message that you'd like to share with the world?
Word. Well, as I tell my children also, and my parents told me the same, this earth is not just for me and you. It is a space that we share with the entire environment, that is, the trees, the water, the air, the animals, and birds. And these animals and birds and trees are our brothers and sisters. So, when we have to share it with them, we have to give them their space, retain our space, give them a dignified life and a dignified death. And we call ourselves supreme beings, isn't it? So, we can think, we can act, we can even reason out. So, it is our moral duty, our constitutional duty to help animals in distress and they give them quality of life. So I think it is not just love, compassion, it is our duty. So when I say saving animals, I say yes, because it is my duty to do so.
Yes. Thank you for sharing your experience and insights with us. Hopefully, this conversation inspires more people to adopt and take care of animals and be more mindful of these beings that are not being taken care of responsibly. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much.